close your eyes. Sit or lay comfortably. Breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth with a great ha sound. Again, in through your nose, out through your mouth, ha. In through your nose, out through your mouth, ha. Imagine your caduceus energy lines illuminated and feeding your energy centers with light. The darkness behind your eyes fades away to reveal the garden within your mythic landscape that surrounds your home inside. High above you, you see the dark new moon hanging in the sky. Walk into your home and into your alchemy laboratory. In the midst of the apparatus that was already there, you now find a large Bain Maria, large enough for you to sit within it. You hear a knock at the back door of your alchemy laboratory, the one that leads to the outside. You make your way over to that door and open it. Standing there is Jupiter with a guest, Mary the Jewess. She is clothed in deep red robes and has a gentle demeanor and kind face. Invite them into your space and introduce yourself to Mary. Spend some time getting to know one another. As you do so, Jupiter sits down in a large chair in your alchemy laboratory, content to be an observer for this round of work. When you are finished with your introductions, Mary beckons you to follow her to the Bain Maria. You get closer and inspect the contraption. It's a huge cube made of thick bricks, which is split into 2 layers. The bottom layer has a large hole at its base where you see a fire crackling within. A large set of bellows sits in the front of the opening, ready to stoke the fire. The top hollow layer is a big pool that is filled to the brim with water. Within the water sits a glass container, 3 feet tall by 5 feet wide. A glass top sits upon the inner container. It is bell-shaped and has a spout branching off of it. Next to the Bain Maria is a small table upon which sits a beaker, and the spout from the glass top lines up to empty into it. A set of brick stairs go up the right side of the whole apparatus. Mary speaks, saying, "I know there is a false part to you that needs to be boiled away. Climb up into the glass container and sit comfortably, my child. It is time to begin." Mary takes the lid off the inner container and you do as she says, climbing into the inner glass chamber that floats in the water. She then moves towards your workspace and retrieves the container of ash from the calcination process. Mary says, "All of this ash is the purified matter of what contributed to your persona. It must be with you for this process." And she pours the ash into the container you are sitting in now. "Are you ready, my child?" she asks. When you tell her that you are, she places the bell lid atop the glass chamber you are sitting within. As soon as she does so, you can feel the warmth of the space. She then pumps the large bellows beneath the brick enclosure, and you begin to feel the heat. "Tell me your woes. What is this false part of yourself?" Take some time now to tell Mary the Jewess about your persona. Tell her everything you wrote about. Feel free to cry to her. She is here to listen to your burdens and help them melt away. As you tell her all about your persona, you feel the container you are sitting in get hotter and hotter, and as it does, you can feel a thick ooze that is coating your skin begin to melt away. Likewise, your perspiration forms a clear condensation of liquid onto the lid above you, and the ash you are sitting in adheres to the moisture, making sparkles glitter on the glass. As the dampness and pure ash combine, it slides down the spout and into the beaker outside of the Bain Maria. As you notice all of this, you continue to tell Mary about any parts of your persona that still need to be explained. When you are finished telling her about your persona, you look down at the bottom of the glass container and see that it is now filled with a deep brownish goo. "What is that?" you ask Mary. "That, my child, is a layer of your persona heated clean off from your body. If you go out into the world being true to yourself and authentic, it will never come back to you again," she answers. "Stand up, my child," she continues. "See how you feel." When you stand up, you feel lighter and free from this burden. Mary the Jewess smiles deeply at you. You climb out of the glass container, down the brick stairs, and embrace Mary. Jupiter joins you and cleans the smudge out of the bottom of the inner container. He takes it outside, and you understand he is returning it to the earth to be mulched up. Mary then draws your attention to the beaker that sits on the table next to the Bain Maria and says, "This is the good matter. The purified ash has combined with the moisture of your essence to create this solution. Please keep it on your workspace, and if you do this work again, place it inside the Bain Maria with you to cycle once more. Otherwise, you will be using the solution in future stages." You take the beaker and place it on your workspace. Mary then asks, "How are you doing, my child?" Explain to her how you are feeling. Hopefully it is lighter and more pure. Mary thanks you for explaining how you're feeling to her and explains that if there is more of your persona that needs to be melted away, that you can continue to do this process over the next couple of days. She holds your face in her hands and says, "Now go out into the world and shine, my child." You thank Mary for her help and Jupiter for his presence. and then you lead them to the back door and back out into the garden. As you do, you see the dark moon above your head once again. You give it thanks, and then your mythic landscape fades away, and you are once again in your physical space. When you are ready, open your eyes.